Alrighty, hello. Before I jump into a voice call with my co-casters, I will just say that this task is relatively short, so we have some other things planned. And I would just like to thank everybody for showing up. So, without any further ado, I am joined by a byte of data and XC, the other primary taskers.
I should probably mute the stream. Yeah, I don't want to hear myself twice.
Is your mic working, XC? Your microphone? You're quieter than you were yesterday.
This good?
I will turn Discord up. Definitely still quiet.
This good?
Audible. We'll make it work.
Alright, good.
Her mic is in fact not a microphone, but a kalimba plugged into her computer, so it's a little bit scuffed, but we can make it work.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so before we get into the task, it's going to move pretty quick, so I think it makes sense to take a look at the custom entities that will be shown off here today. So we'll hop around these levels here and take a look at what we can expect to see. In Old Horizon here, the main gimmick is these blue springs that do not refresh your dash. That's about all there is to it. So dash usage has to be pretty careful, and you can obviously route to skip some of them. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in this map.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A lot of zipper blocks there. What else do we got? Go up here. Wait, no, there's no custom entities. You guys want to introduce yourself and sort of say what you worked on the task here?
Oh yeah, that would probably be good. Alright, hi guys, I'm Data. I worked on drafting Complex and improving a lot of the maps, mainly Abyss, Wind Chill, and Ice Fortress.
And I'm Mexi, and I drafted Ice Fortress, Old Horizon, Spike Pit, and like the first 5 rooms of Wood Chill.
Yeah, and actually also set up like the repo and the Discord server that we've been working in, so big props there. Here in Above Summit, there's a couple mechanics. The primary one is Dream Block redirection, and a big thing with that redirection is you can actually use it to speed boost. So you wouldn't normally use it here, but I can just show that every time you dash in the same direction you're moving, you get a 1.5x speed boost. So the task uses that wherever applicable. And also 2 dashes means that you've generally got a lot of options in this map. So there's a lot going on with this one. Yeah, you can see there, you can get, between the 2 dashes and 2 jumps out of it, you can get a lot of speed out of these dream blocks. Is my mic okay?
If it's something about X being scuffed, it's probably just mine.
Yeah, that would be Xy's mic. Xy's mic is not great. Alright, let's see. Next up is the Complex. So there's a lot going on in Complex. I'm just sort of gonna load into the first...
Surprisingly, the complex is complex.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed complex. So the main gimmick of this map is these sort of beat block type things. And there's a couple different ways they can be activated. There's these blocks that'll trigger them manually. And as you can see, only one color will be active at a time. And then in the next room, it introduces these sort of zones that you pass through to trigger them. So that's sort of the start of that gimmick. And then maybe I can also... Which room is it that has...
Is it the Hyper Bunny Hop room with the green spring, the momentum springs, or is there one? There's a couple.
Oh, right. The momentum springs. I almost forgot about those. Is that here?
that's like
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
weird.
Yeah. So another mechanic is momentum springs. So what they do is they, instead of setting your speed to what a spring would, it adds those speed values to what you have. So you can dash into them and you get a big vertical boost. You can also hyper into them, and you keep the speed of the hyper, and you also get a higher boost. So those springs are used at a few points throughout the map. So yeah, it's sort of just combining those two mechanics. You can see you can get a ton of speed off of them if you up dash. Oh, missed the jelly. You can grounded ultra into that spring, but it's actually not fast. You don't do that.
So one of the gimmicks of this is that it's kind of like cassette blocks, where if you're inside the block, I think if it's your hurt box inside the block, they won't actually activate. So you can take advantage of that and basically skip hitting some of the blocks, which I think save like 2 seconds in one of the rooms.
Yeah, it should be this room, right? Oh gosh, I haven't played this RTA. Yeah, so you can stay inside this blue block while you get this crystal, which allows you to make it to the end of this room quite a bit faster. I'm actually not sure what you would do from here. I think I am screwed.
I think you don't ever let the blue block activate.
Yeah, you're right. Alrighty, that's probably like the most stuff there is in a map. Next up, the reversal. So here, the main gimmick of this map is these sort of like inverse dream block sort of type things. They're kind of funky. They send you out the exact opposite direction you dash in. So if I dash, oh yep. If I dash down left into it, it shoots me out upright. Same thing that way. So like this. A little bit odd. You can see like you get the particles for leaving them a few frames after like you sort of like leave the surface. So it's kind of strange mechanics. But we can do some pretty cool things with them. And one thing that I will mention is that the spikes on top and bottom are only 3 pixels tall, which is less than the distance you move in a frame with a dash. So if you get lucky on the positioning, you can just sort of ignore the spikes like that. And also in this map there are linked traffic blocks. Where are those introduced? Be here? Oh, this room definitely has them. So you trigger one, and all the ones with the same colored trail also move, and then they actually stay in that position until you trigger it again. Those are the two things you can see in this map. Up here is the Grandmaster map of the lobby. It's not actually required to finish, but we will do it anyway because it's an all levels tab. You guys want to mention these mechanics?
For one, the ice on the floor, you basically can't refill dashes on, which is fun.
Yeah, it means dashes can be pretty scarce sometimes. You don't get them back for a while.
And there's also falling green blocks. Which
Oh, yeah.
usually, which most people probably know, because this was broken for me. Oh wait, I'm not talking close. I think the falling green blocks were broken for like a month. So now we can actually showcase the TAS.
Yeah, they were broken for a bit. We were able to work around it, but it was definitely annoying. Let's see. Temple of the Fish.
Yes, the double jump map.
Double jump map tasking is pretty tough. So this entire map, you have 2 jumps. And for tasking, it just introduces a lot of variability, because for optimal ground movement, it's like you can hyper bunny hop, jump again, and then do a grounded ultra. It's not exactly clear how that like what the best way to do that is all the time. And another thing that's sort of strange about it is your jump does not refresh between screen transitions, but it does refresh on spike jumps, right?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff with. Because sometimes it refreshes when you get your dash back, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, double jump testing just introduces a lot of variability and a lot more things to test. We can also skip a lot of the rooms in this level, so you will not see much of that level played. And then the final thing is in Spike Pit. On here. They first show up like here. Oh. This level is a grabless map, and then it also features what are called booster bubbles, I think. I don't understand that name, but that's what they're called. So essentially, it just gives you a sort of like go out in a direction, and then you can dash out of them.
I think if you hold right on that bubble you're in right now, it like gives you a boost to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go out, yeah, it'll do what Data said. It'll give you a boost in the opposite direction once it gets back to its starting position.
So that's slow, and we don't do that a lot.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. We maybe only use a couple like that.
Yeah, there's only a few places where that's
Yeah, much of the map is grabless, but where it isn't, there's spiked corners that we can corner boost off of, so we typically don't have to use the boosters as they're intended. Oh gosh, I don't think I beat this casually. Alright. Well, we could do standard TAS tech overview, but I don't think we really need to.
Yeah, should be fine.
We just jump into the main event.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Alright.
So Marlon recorded a video of the TAS for me a few days ago. Shout outs to him. It is in 1440p, I believe. So it's if you've got a good monitor, you will be able to watch this in Ultra HD.
I cannot tell the difference between that and 1080p.
And here we go. Alrighty. You want to count us down, Data? Actually, do you guys have the video open as well?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We can all watch it back so you guys don't have any delay.
Yep.
Alrighty, whenever you're ready.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Woohoo, let's go! Alrighty. So right off the bat, we're gonna head straight into Old Horizon. We're kind of gonna work our way around the lobby, but yeah. So a lot of rooms in a lot of these maps can be largely skipped. You can see that right off the bat here. Cheeky little multi-boost.
We do a lot of.
Is that what you're gonna say? A lot of multi-boost?
Yeah.
This map
Like
has
12 mounts.
had multi-boosts. You can just do that on the coin box.
Keeping speed through all of that last room saved most of a second. Same thing there. And that's it. So all these maps are pretty short. They're like 40 seconds to a minute for the most of it.
I think that's the shortest map in the TAS.
Okay. So in here we've got a pretty dark map. The gimmick here is core blocks and seekers, so this one was an experience to TAS.
Also, you can't see anything.
Also, not being able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track is a banger though.
Basically a TAS.
Here we have to waste time because the seeker needs to blow up that block, and we ultra off of it. And then in this room, Data found a skip here. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so you don't actually end up needing to have the Seeker hit that second block, because there's a water pool there, and you can just stand in it and get your dash back.
Yeah, and
also
then here we don't use any of these core blocks as intended. We keep a ton of speed, and then this room is almost entirely skipped. I'm not sure who found this.
I think it was whoever drafted the first draft of this.
Yeah, we can skip almost all of that last room. And there we go. We're out in 50 seconds. Doing these two maps in this order saves like 6 frames, I think.
And now this is the longest map in the TAS.
Despite my best efforts.
And sadly, we couldn't get every single one.
Oh.
And you can just speed there.
That crouch B-hop through spinners is really nice. And then all of these dream blocks, we sort of used to just kind of... We cut through the room. There's a lot of demos in this
Imagine
map.
doing the intended strat.
The intended strat is lava.
Double jump, or double dash, double jump, ultra.
Yep. I went through the end of this room like 20 times trying to get one more frame out of that feather. I think I did end up getting it.
Oh, this room, yeah.
This is big final room. We do need all these coins because there's a large section here where
Again, here comes the fun part of the map.
we can get a mega
Yeah,
multi
we're just
boost.
gonna use that coin block to...
I think we get like 1100 speed
We're
there.
gonna be...
Yeah, 1100.
I think we're gonna be frame advancing that. After
Yes,
the
yeah. We'll take a look
last
at some specific sets of movement. There's some stuff that warrants looking at in more detail. So now,
Right,
this map is almost completely skipped. So there, we keep the 2 dashes to skip that.
Yeah, this map has 5 skips.
We'll see a lot of abuse of these blocks. Can't really do anything in this room though. Oh wait, no, never mind. You can at the end. Yeah, we don't play the end of the room. Yeah, there you can just stay in the blue.
Oh, shout outs
So
to
you can just
Squan.
kinda...
That one. Yeah. Saved like 4 seconds.
Here, an early release of that jelly allows us to just go straight left. Very nice. And then don't blink at the end of this room. Also notice the posters.
Found those
And
very
yeah,
nice
those are
touch.
really good decals.
And so we actually saved this spot on top of
don't
this
blink.
Kevin, so we can do a hyper bunny hop there.
Big speed. Alright, next up is reversal. I don't think a single frame came off this since I drafted it.
I mean, yeah, this map is just... It's weird.
Epic spike ceiling pop there. Use this moon block for some speed. Alright, these next couple rooms are pretty cool. So we're actually going to go through here, get speed from there, carry it, and then trigger that for multi-boost off of the lower block. And then this saves like 0.1 over just skipping the room entirely. And I worked so long to make that faster, because the room skip is so lame. And then there's a hub here where there's a couple keys you're meant to get, but
Yeah. And you're meant to get them. We
we
just
don't.
do that.
Yeah. Was that supposed to be unskippable, Zucchini?
I think he claimed it was. So it turns out these ice surfaces in Ice Fortress have the same property as core, where if you're walking along them on the ground, you actually lose less speed than if you jump and are in the air. We do use that a couple of times.
Mhm.
Oh, this room. Oh gosh.
This room desynced with a certain variation of the helper mod.
We resynced it like 3 separate times.
Alright, we just skipped that room with an up left demo. She lives by like less than 1/10 of a pixel in multiple spots for that. So that barely works. And big speed. Shoutouts to Data for that demo. I missed it while redoing this map. And here there's 3 dream blocks you're meant to trigger, but we only need to do 2 of them because we can do a nice double jump to the end. There we go.
Here we have funny double jump.
Yeah. There's gonna be some room skips here.
Yeah. Demo dashes are funny.
Here we preserve the jump to go through there and then jump there. Here we can just sort of hang out on top of that block, just sort of preserving upward speed, and it doesn't kill us. There's another instance of skipping the room with the second jump. There's coins here, but who needs coins? You just go under the block.
Who needs coins when you have demos?
Yeah. Alright, headed down to wind chill here.
This map.
Oh, this map is it's something else. So with the forward wind, we can just jump off of spikes because the wind pushes you into spikes after the death check of the frame. And so that's used in a couple places to preserve speed.
Let's skip this room.
Cutscene ultra there to skip that room.
Yeah, which was a water burner.
Okay, so what you saw there was a wall boost into Coyote Hyper corner boost, and it saves the whole 2 frames. We'll take a closer look at that one later.
Funny delayed ultra.
This room's got a couple routes. Data spent quite a bit of time here. That's wind chill. And the final map is all the way down at the bottom. Big pit. This delayed ultra was one of the last things added to the TAS. I think it saved like 4 frames. Data and I were in a call and just sort of bounced ideas off each other until that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, this room
Like,
can
you
be...
can just kind of
Yeah.
have that room.
And this room gets skipped.
Who needs coins when you have demos?
This we actually have to play as intended because you need both of those dashes.
Yeah, honestly, worst room in the map. You have intended. You can actually cancel the bubbles on the spikes there, but it's not fast.
Alright, and that is the last map. We've just got to move into the heart left. And we get this final cutscene.
All the maps that we played, or didn't play, I guess.
Didn't play.
Oh, you get to watch your automatic movies completely abused.
And there we go. 1028.983.
We were contemplating adding one frame and making it 1029 on the dot. But
Yeah, it would have been 0.000
I
with
think
those
it was
decimals.
changed like last minute. Something like that.
Alrighty. So you can take a look at some specific skips now. Maybe I can show my task window as well here. Is it really scuffed? Oh, it's kind of scuffed. There we go. Do you guys want to give all the credit? We had a list of contributors, right?
right, yeah. Oh wait, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. All right. This is everyone that worked on this test. Jax, me, XC, River, Janosh, Lost to Nowhere, Jojo Weeb, and Squong.
Yeah. We had a lot of people drafted maps, and then for the most part, it was me and Data doing improvements. But Janosh also found a 5-second skip, or 5 seconds of movement in Windchill. And Squong had that skip in Complex that Data mentioned. And River also found a second in Windchill. Okay, so let's take a look at some specific stuff here. So at the end of Abyss, I mentioned that we didn't use any of those core blocks as intentional. So let's find that. I think this room will do.
Probably going to be some delay now since I'm watching the stream.
Sure, that's all right though. It'll move a little bit slower here. So when tasking, we typically use hitboxes on and simplified graphics, so it's a little bit easier to see. That does not help the dark here, but with hitboxes, it's manageable. So we do a jump ultra off of this one, so that we leave here with like 500 speed and can make it all the way over here. And then this block, we sort of just need it to get out of the way. Trigger this one as quick as possible. At which point we can hyper off of it and then just barely survive here and get another delayed ultra into the next room. So that gives a ton of speed over to this wall, at which point you can kind of just skip the entire room. So the gimmick here is that you've got these two blocks falling down on top of each other, but all we need is this one right here. So we dash through there, and then a final demo, and we're out. So I actually don't know what happens in this room, because we just skipped the entirety of it, and I don't remember playing this casually. Yo, what's up, Raiders? We just finished the task, taking a look at some levels now.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to like go around to the other side and not do any demos, but
Yeah. So Complex has a ton of skips. We'll take a look at some of these. I think...
first one's in the second one here.
Yeah, the end of this room is really cool. So what's going on here is we activate these yellow blocks, and then we've got this moon block that we can sort of use, but it's... you kind of just have to set this up with a hop because the gap to demo is down pretty low. And so she gets pretty close to dying on a couple of these frames. You can see we have a lot of subpixel nip going on here. So we're very carefully managing our speed so that Madeline does not die to this spinner, but also passes the ground and can fall fast enough here. And then a wall boost, and she's able to just land straight there. What's up, Hanley? Thanks for the raid. Hope your stream is good. Okay, so this room has a skip where this Kevin block is used to activate the yellow block, but before it can do that, we get inside, and then we're through. So you're going to skip doing the whole puzzle with the bottom of this room by carefully being in the block at the right time. And that's used in a couple other rooms, I think, as well. It was already used in, like, room 05. And then here, The big challenge with this jellyfish is releasing it soon enough, and having the right height. So the minimum amount of frames you can hold a jellyfish is 21. So there, we release it as soon as possible, and then hold left, and this just barely works. Like, this frame, she is a 20th of a pixel away from dying.
Yeah.
So that skip almost didn't happen. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that down input doesn't do anything here. That's fine. Here, this... So you can hear that the Kevin just hit the block. So we actually needed to lose speed here, vertical speed, so that Madeline didn't trigger the blue blocks a frame sooner. Then once we're there, activate that block, and send it up this way. Now here's one of the big multi-boosts to look at. So this one is interesting because the block actually moves up here when it bumps into that wall to the left. And so just carefully wasting time so we get here and then jump. And what we end up getting is a 4-frame Hyper Bunny Hop. What's up, Crab? Thanks for the raid. And so with this 4-frame Hyper Bunny Hop, typically you can only get a 6 or 7-frame Hyper Bunny Hop because you jump and you're a couple pixels off the ground. But since the Kevin moves up on this wall, we can actually land in only 4 frames. And then you can see in the bottom we've got lift boost minus 240. And so that gives us an extra 240 speed when we jump here. So we go from 600 speed to the left to 840. And then again, when we down left dash here, we get another speed boost. And we actually have too much speed at this point, so we just do a neutral jump. If you jump left there, you cannot hit this Kevin optimally. So then, Data, you did this one, right? You want to explain what's going on in this room?
Yeah. So what you're intended to do is you're intended to, after the wall bounce, stay on the Kevin, and then do like I think a wave dash ultra to the next one. Mm-hmm. But we carefully grab the top of it and we save that top surface for later. And we do a multi-boost ultra and we still get basically the same speed.
Yeah, we can get I think 4 boosts here for like 800 speed, yeah.
And then so after all of this, we have to hit that Kevin on the top there because it's like guarding one of the blocks, and then we land back on the original Kevin, and now we're higher up, and so we can actually do a Hyper Bunny Hop up left instead of a wall bounce to get more speed to it.
Yeah, and that block disappears so late, so you're pretty much bounded by that. And then also, there's this. So I wanted to release the jellyfish on this frame because it allows her to exit the room 1 frame sooner. But that required very, very careful subpixel manipulation so that I was in the top point, like 0.3 of a pixel on this frame. And the reason for that is we release on this frame, and on this next frame, she lives by 0.03. Yeah. So it's a little bit close, but that allows for a little bit faster end, and you can just keep that speed all the way to the heart. So yeah, a lot going into that level. This was probably the most complex TAS. Very fitting. Okay, reversal. Let's take a look at. So first few rooms here don't have too much going on, but I mentioned it here that the next room we could skip entirely, but with this strat, we were able to make it actually faster. So this demo to the right here gives us a lift boost with the moon block. So you can see we get a boosted hyper here. We have 384 speed instead of the usual 325. Then we get another boost here. And then some very careful manipulation so that she crouches through here, and on the next frame, she jumps through. This was really, really close to not working. But we can keep 400 speed from that moon block and then ultra out of the room. Then this demo to preserve speed. And then a crouch jump through there. Into a downwards corner boost. And then this ultra actually activates the block. So you heard it there. Even though I don't know what I was going to say there. Anyway, it activates the block, which is useful because then this block starts moving. And then, so here we get a lift boost by touching it. Go off the side. And then we get a boosted jump for like 200 speed. A boosted coyote jump. A boosted crouched coyote jump through spinners. And all of this is just to save point 1 by not skipping the room. And even after all of that, I had to frame greed all of this. Like, I had to hunt for frames to save the time. And I can show you the skip here, maybe. It's a little bit tricky to do RTA, but I'll give it a shot. So what you do is you sort of climb along the screen transition here. And yeah, you just end up in here. And when you die, you respawn over here. And it's so lame. It's so lame. Like, who cares? Who wants to do that, right? So I spend a lot of time making the intended path. we'll call it the intended path. Making that fast. And then when you get to the end of the level here, there's 2 really cool key rooms that are unfortunately skippable. This one in particular I think I enjoyed. But it's been a while since I played it. I don't really remember how it worked. So we can take a look at this final skip. Kind of ultra chain through the room. And then here, we set up for a 6-frame hyper bunny hop. And then crouch V hop here to get a lot more distance out of that without hitting the ceiling. It's just that easy. This is doable RTA, but pretty tight. I don't remember if I was...
try to get it.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think I tried to get it like a couple times, but
yeah,
I never got to the end.
Let's see. Ice Fortress, there's an up left demo that's very precise. I mentioned it during the full playback. It's pretty late, right?
The up left was like in room 5 or something.
There we go. Yeah, so you need a lot of speed to get through this gap here. And so we actually have to lose some time setting up this grounded ultra so that the hyper starts from further left. And then you can see on this subpixel display, she's very close to dying both to the left and to the bottom. But it's important for that because now you can see she's very close to dying on the top, and on this frame, very close to dying on the right. So it just barely works. This is why all that speed was required. So then here, staying on the ice to keep more speed.
Yeah. Just walking.
Oh, this skip saved quite a bit of time. I forget what it did before. Did it go all the way left for the double dash crystal and then back up to the coin?
I think I grabbed the block or something. Don't remember.
But yeah, this neutral jump to grab the coin saved quite a bit of time. And then we actually missed this. I actually missed this demo when optimizing this level on the first pass. Saved a little bit. And then this final multi-boost is just to enter the last room with a lot of speed. You can get about 700 there, and then preserve it all the way to here. I was unable to do anything fancy with like skipping these blocks entirely. I don't really see something like that being possible.
Yeah, there's that like ledge you can climb, jump, or wall kick off of, but I don't know if that does anything.
Alright, let's see wind chill. There's a couple cool things in here.
Oh yeah.
So this was your spike jump, right? That you added?
Yeah, then the 2 in room 2.
Yeah, so here there's like 2 hitboxes. There's a blue and pink one, mostly covered by the normal green and red one. The blue and pink one shows you where Madeline was before the wind effect. So that's how you end up on the ground here, and then you can jump out of the spikes before kill detection happens. So you can just jump off the top of that to save a few frames. and then again here. It's very convenient. And then the same thing happens a few rooms later. Where is it? Here we go. The data found this cutscene ultra here, where you kind of just go into that nook and then do this. And we can ultra again for more speed. And then the only way to do this that we found was doing a reverse corner boost off of this corner, and then getting a bunny hop off of this. So it's like this really weird reverse corner boost off the back side of a wall that you don't see very often, because it loses speed. And you can't even use the dash frames for very long either.
Right, and you also can't corner boost off the normal part because the ice wall.
Yeah, the ice walls are grabless, forced. But the funny part about that reverse corner boost is we get a delayed ultra here.
Yeah.
So a little bit of extra speed leaving the room. And then let's see, the reverse here. Okay, so some careful subpixel manipulation. So we do a neutral corner boost, turn it into a wall boost. So now we're moving back left. Now on this frame, she moved left and then the wind pushed her back into the spikes. Then on the next frame, she moves out of the spikes, gets coyote time, and then can therefore reverse hyper and corner boost. So now we get 360 speed boosted by the wind, and we can skip having to do a climb jump here. And all of that saves 2 frames. So it's probably worth looking into skipping it, but it's kind of cool.
I think it avoids land or grabbing the side of the wall and climbing up. So.
Yeah, that was why it saved time. Let's see. The final thing to mention was here. Well, I guess actually I can show that crouch speed hop through spikes. Right here. So build up like almost 500 speed. And then this actually there was room to spare here. Like I had way more speed than I needed. You can see she's at the very bottom of the pixel on this frame, and then holding jump halves gravity so that she doesn't uncrouch until here. But you can see I'm all the way through by like 4 pixels. But yeah, fun crouch B-hop. And then the final multi-boost of the level. Where is it? This is a long one. Later in this room. Alright, here we go. I'll make a save state here so we can show both of these.
Yeah, that up left and the feather I think saved like 5 frames or something.
Yeah, there's a feather that you did an upright into earlier in the room. So here we do a multi-boost to get a bunch of speed. But it's not really necessary. It's kind of just because I didn't really know how else to get over here. And you just have to waste a ton of time for these blocks to activate. And then the important block to keep an eye out for is this one right here. So we're using this block to get our dashes back. Why is X being pressed here? What's going on? Whatever.
Oh well.
Did you end up putting that there by accident?
I don't know. I don't think I changed this part, but maybe I. Yeah, I'll fix that.
Okay. So anyway, you can see this block is moving about 2 pixels per frame, so we got a pretty significant lift boost to the right. And okay, yep, she's alive. Reverse, down right for a second boost, then 3, 4, 5 boosts. Hit the ceiling, so our vertical speed cancels out. Black moves up into you, then you get a 6th boost for 1100 speed. And
you keep both dashes.
It's ridiculous. I had a different variation of this, and then Data improved this, but it's just awesome. So there's so many more blocks that you're meant to use to leave the room, and I don't know how much time this saves because I didn't want to find out like how long those others take to come down. I'd spent so long in that room already.
I think it takes like 10 to 20 seconds.
No way it's 20. But it might be... The last few are pretty slow, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Definitely a very good RTA Bible speed strat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the barely sub 120 there.
Oh yeah, this definitely is the longest level. It's not even close.
I think wind chill's like 5 seconds fast or something.
I think wind chill's like 104 or 103. Didn't we cut it down like a ton? Maybe it's 108. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let me check.
108 something.
In any case, I will make this video public.
Wind chill's like 111.
So thanks for watching the TAS showcase. I think that's all for now. What was the final time? 10:28.983?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will make this video public. And there we go. Yo, thanks for the resub, Prof. Why did it not save as public? Oh, there you go. So there you go. If you want to go watch the whole thing, for those who rated in after we were done. I think that is all for now, though. Thanks for joining me, XC and Data.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Alrighty, I will head out.